It's getting down to the wire for state lawmakers. They're supposed to finish their work for this session tomorrow. And just before deadline, Democrats are out with a deal. Amanda Vinicky joins us now from the chambers of the Illinois House with the latest. Amanda.
Yeah, Brandis, this is really fresh, so we haven't seen language yet, nor any votes. But when you have the governor, the Speaker of the House, the President of the Senate out announcing a deal, a $45 billion one at that, well, the smart money is that it's a go.
Leaders in both chambers have come to an agreement on yet another responsible, balanced budget. Because of our focus on fiscal balance, this budget will provide over $1.8 billion in tax relief to Illinois residents.
So we've only got the broad strokes of that at this point, but I'm going to go over some of them with you. Illinois looking to suspend the 1% tax on groceries for 1 year. And then for 6 months, the state tax on gas will remain at 39 cents a gallon rather than rising by a couple of cents a gallon. Then also look for back to school, a brief back to school sales tax holiday on clothing and school supplies this fall. Also, look for a check in the mail. Taxpayers, anybody making $200,000 or less, to get a $100 rebate.
It's going to be a budget that we can all be proud about. It also responds to the difficult times many people and families across this state find themselves in now with the rising cost of inflation. This budget will say, Illinoisans, we hear you.
While Democrats say that this is a response to inflation, Republicans say it is more obviously a response to something else, and that is the election. Legislators are going to be able to campaign on this from now through the general election. So I'm going to share some of that timing with you. The primary, June 28th. Just a couple of days after that, July 1st, is when that gas tax freeze is going to kick in. And then the gas tax stays suspended through January. Oh, by the way, that means that it will be lifting shortly after the mid-November general election. The GOP says that it didn't have to be that way.
But before the Democrats leave this building with so-called election year gimmick tax relief that expires on January 1st, they need to know, and the people of Illinois need to know, that we have a plan that we can, again, reach across the aisle and incorporate many of their objectives into our plan and provide real tax relief on a permanent basis.
That is not to say that the GOP isn't going to be voting for these measures. That'd be a tough thing for any legislator to do, again, with an election on the horizon. But Republicans do say that by and large, they were excluded from negotiations. Democrats, they say, also ignored all of those requests to make the most of the tax relief anyway permanent or bigger. So again, let's talk about that gas tax freeze, because that's getting a lot of attention with prices at the pump now. It's expected to save drivers about $100 a year or so. The GOP had been pushing for a different tactic, eliminating the state sales tax on gasoline, that 6.75% on the total bill, so would have presumably saved residents, drivers, families a whole lot more money. Now, while, of course, the budget, tax relief are the headliner, there is a whole lot more going on in the State House with a couple of days of session left. So you've got right now even a flurry of bills being passed. And one of those, Democrats promise, is going to be a comprehensive public safety package, because crime is another big deal this election. There has been some movement on that already, including a bill that allows police departments to cooperate in carjacking cases.
With carjackings, you have perhaps different kinds of groups that might be perpetrating this. Some of them might just be sort of random, but some of them seem to maybe be coordinated. And so the idea then is to allow, as they commit the carjacking and they flee, to allow these multiple jurisdictions to coordinate efforts to both investigate the underlying cause and then perhaps to pursue after a carjacking.
Another measure that today passed the Senate would ensure that carjacking victims are not liable if for any red light camera fees, speeding ticket fines for their stolen vehicle. Senator Jason Barrickman, a Republican, voted for it, but he's not satisfied.
It's important to recognize how little these proposals are going to do to address the rampant criminal activity that is existing throughout all regions and pockets of this state. This is Exhibit A to that problem. That side of the aisle needs to get serious about the crime that exists in this state.
Again, Democrats do promise that there is going to be more action on the public safety front. Among the most controversial of those measures is one that would empower law enforcement and retailers to further crack down on those smash and grab robberies. As you can see, House is still going strong, Senate too, so look for a whole lot more action here in Springfield with session set to adjourn on Friday. With that, Brandis, back to you.
A lot to get done in a little bit of time. Amanda, thank you.